All right, so I think it has been 24 hours, so I believe the shock has dissipated with the Knicks losing to the Pacers. Every expert, everybody thought the Knicks would have won 1-7, but I didn't feel confident. And I don't want a Monday morning quarterback, but the fact that we weren't able to win in Game 6 like we did against the Sixers concerned me going in. In Game 7s, you never know. Game 7s are always hit or miss. There's a lot of pressure, especially if you're the home team, because you feel like you need to play well. And, beyond the injuries or whatever, the Pacers were just better. They ran a better offensive set. They broke the NBA record for highest field goal percentage. They spread the floor. They ran. They actually defended, which was surprising to me. Miles Turner had some very important blocks in that, but we move on. It is the Eastern Conference Finals, and now we're going to dissect and see the matchup that's going to happen. Now, I'm not a gambling person. Won't spend more than $1 if I do at all. But this is one series where the over is king, because this was number 1 and number 2 in the NBA in offense this year, and they put up numbers. And they smoked teams out the building with their pace and with their offense. So expect the points to be plentiful. I would say on average, it's going to be about 120 each, even in the playoffs. So, Pat Riley, Holtzman, and a lot of other defensive coaches that preach defense, especially in the playoffs, are rolling over in their graves, as Charles Barkley would like to say. So it's going to be very interesting. Now, if we go back, they played 5 games because of the in-season tournament. The Pacers actually shocked the Celtics as they shocked the Bucks in the in-season tournament, and were able to beat both. So I think it gave them confidence to understand that they could win a big pressure game if they had to win it. It was close. Close for this type of series. They won by 10 points, 122 to 112 in that second game. Look at that first score, 155 points in regulation. That is insane. So this is the kind of series it's going to be. The Pacers are not the same team because they didn't have Siakam November 1st. This team is more, I think they cut their teeth well. I think they sharpened their iron against a very good defensive team in the Knicks. But now they're going against the Celtics, who are also a very good defensive team, but they're also a very good offensive team. That's why they were number 1 in net rating. Most prognosticators, most experts have the Celtics, but it doesn't mean anything. You have to go out and play the game. I think even Twitter, I was looking up online today, and they were like, who do you want to win your first championship? And they had a logo of the Celtics with Jason Tatum. They had a logo with the Mavericks, Luka Doncic, and they had a logo with Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves, and they completely did not put the Pacers into that prediction model. So I don't think anybody in the world is picking the Pacers to win the championship. They're too flawed offensively. They don't really have a half-court team per se. But I think Siakam, Spicy P as it were, really showed his chops in the series, really getting into half-court sets and being able to hit that mid-range shot. So unless you have a defensive person that can stop him, a wing, it's going to be hard to kind of stop him throughout the entire series. So I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I think the Pacers will win 2, potentially 3 games in this. The Celtics have had too easy of a path, in my opinion, to get here. It's just, I think they've lost 2 games in the first 2 rounds. Cleveland was hobbled. They went against a hobbled Heat team and a hobbled Cavs team, and they kind of just waltzed into the Eastern Conference Finals with no real test to speak of. They don't have KP for the first 2 games, potentially, maybe longer. I think if the Pacers lose the first 2 games, they'll hold KP out longer just to get more sweat in and more equity. But I feel like if the series is split, or if they're even down 0-2, which is hard to fathom, there's a potential that they rush KP back. And KP is a very fragile player, especially from his time in New York. He gets injured a lot because of his height and just the build of his body. So I don't think that they want to rush him back with anything, and then they lose him for the rest of the playoffs. So they're going to be cautious here. I fully expect the Pacers to win 1 of the 2 games. I think the best bet is for them to win the first game, because they just came off of a 7-game series. I don't care about the travel. They actually look pretty rested when they got onto that bus leaving New York. So they should be pretty good going forward. But let us actually check to see. I wanted to showcase that. So look at that. That is number 1 and number 2. Look at 10,000 points in the regular season. That's really amazing. And 123. So they were only outscoring the Celtics by 3 points in the regular season. But net rating is more impressive because the Celts have that. And that's kind of a accumulation of half defense, half offense. And that's actually, I wanted to take a look at the predictive models. This is CBS. They're always wrong on everything. But this is how all experts are going to go. I think the easy choice is for them to say the Celtics. People are saying Celtics in 4 or 5. I don't think they're giving the Pacers enough credit for where they've gotten here so far. They had to beat, obviously, an injured Bucks team and an injured Knicks team. But they have offense, so they can stay in the game. They've showed some glimpses of defense, I guess is the best way to say it. They've gotten some defensive effort out of their team. So we will see if they're able to replicate that in the conference finals. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be Celtics in 4. I'd be shocked if it's Celtics in 4. I'd be kind of annoyed if it is, because they made all that effort against the Knicks. They should make the same effort against the Celtics. But the Celtics don't have to deal with the Nuggets if they're able to pass the Pacers. So if they don't win it this year, they're never going to win it. This group, I don't believe. The Nuggets are going to rearm. The T-Wolves are going to get better. The OKC Thunder are going to come back with a vengeance. The Lakers, they're going to make big trades. The Knicks are going to be fully healthy. The Bucks are going to be fully healthy. You don't want to go into next year dealing about what if. So I think the red carpet has been laid out for the Celtics to win a championship finally after, 20 years? I can't remember the last time they won with Garnett and them. That was 2004. Yeah, 20 years ago that they won a championship. So you got to win it now. This may be your only championship you ever get. This is the first time that maybe in NBA history or in a very long time that we're going to have 6 different champions in 6 different years. The Celts could be that 6th championship. Dynasties, because of the new hard cap, are over. So they got to win it now. If they don't win it now, don't be mad at anybody but yourself. But it's going to be an interesting series. We'll see. We're also going to play it on 2K, so we'll see a model to see how the offense is going to be played. Should be very interesting. Anywho, I will see you guys. We're going to now cover the Western Conference and figure out those 2 teams and their matchups. I'll see you on the next stream.